Please rise, ladies and gentlemen. The 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now convened for its 78th regular session. The Honorable Vice Governor Adeline M. Angeles presiding.
The 78th regular session of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan is now called to order. Requesting Honorable Bertinos Valencia to kindly lead the invocation to be followed by the national anthem.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Amen. Lord in heaven, we come to you with thankful hearts for bringing us together today. I ask that you fill each of our hearts with your presence. Lord God, today we earnestly pray and hope for your blessings as we deliberate while in session. Please give us more strength individually, both physical and mental, clear visions and capabilities to enable us to deliver the basic services and the other needs to our people. Grant us patience towards each other and help us to be respectful of each other's input. As we have various conversations, I ask that you would help us to communicate well. If there are any misunderstandings, I ask that you would help us to clear them up. Thank you for every gift that we have been given. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiliw, sa manlulupi, kita masisingil, sa lalat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mababa, ay nilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang tinamahan. Ang isang ng watawat mo'y nagumpay na nagtitigil, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng maraming pagsita, kaya namin sa dito. Aming ligaya dapat may mamagin, malamatay lang tayo sa'yo.
Requesting Sir James to kindly call the roll.
Honorable Mark Julius P. Caballes, Honorable Aurelio J. Leva III, Honorable Antonio L. Mangkukang III, Honorable Bernardine Opis Mercado, Honorable Melgawal R. Encabo, Honorable Mercedes Arihano, Honorable Danilo R. Red, Honorable Ismael D. Pilim, Honorable Jose Neril L. Manggol, Honorable Carlos F. De Peralta, Honorable Bertinos A. Valencia. Madam Presiding Officer, with the 10 members of the board present, we have the necessary quorum for this afternoon session.
Let it be noted that Honorable Caballes seek the permission of this presiding officer for an urgent official activity also. The chair then declares the presence of quorum. Recognizing Honorable Aurelio Leva.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer. We now go to the reading and adoption of the minutes of the previous session dated March 15, 2024. I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes and consider the same as having been read without prejudice to the corrections to be made by the members of the board. I so move.
There's a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of our March 15, 2024 session. Any objection to that? The chair hears none. We can proceed with the correction. Honorable Leva.
Inviting members of the board who have some corrections to the minutes of the previous session.
Any correction from the floor?
Hearing none, Madam Presiding Officer, I move for the adoption of the minutes of the 77th regular session dated March 15, 2024. I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The minutes of the March 15, 2024 session of the Sanggunian is now adopted.
Inviting members of the board who have some matters arising from the minutes.
Any matters arising from the floor? Apparently none.
Hearing
Honorable
none.
Leva.
We now go to the approval amendment of the agenda. In today's agenda, we don't have any privileged speech nor question hour. For the messages of correspondence from the governor, we have 3 items. For the communications and petition, we have 1 item and an additional item, the letter from the Vice Governor addressed to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan with regards to the legislative caravan. For the municipal ordinances, for review of the board, we have 1 item and various sub-items. We don't have any proposed ordinance. We have 2 proposed resolution, 4 committee reports. We don't have any unfinished business for the day, and unassigned business. We don't have any proposed ordinance and resolution for third and final reading. Madam Presiding Officer, I move for the adoption of today's agenda as amended. I so move.
Any objection to the motion of the chairman of the Committee on Rules? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The amended agenda is now approved.
For today's agenda, as I have said, we don't have any privileged speech nor question hour. We now go to committee reports. May I be recognized, Madam Chair, for the committee report of the Committee on the Whole, led by the Committee on Public Works, Infrastructure, Land Use, and Urban Planning and Development.
Recognizing the chair of the Committee on Public Works. Yes, recognizing Honorable Leva.
Committee report number 364/2024 of the Committee of the Whole, led by the Committee on Public Works and Infrastructure, Land Use, and Urban Planning and Development. On the subject, follow-up on the status of the application for Forest Land Use Agreement for tourism purposes or PLAGT. The reporting committee, unto which was referred the above-mentioned subject matter, is now ready to submit its findings and recommendation to this August body that were adduced from the hearing conducted on February 22, 2024. Attendance, members of the committee, the Honorable Leba, Mangkukang, Office Mercado, Rihano, Red, Lim, De Peralta, Caballes, and Manggol. Resource person, Mr. Edson Capura of DNR, Ms. Juiciana Ricaprente of DNR, Mr. Abel Castillo of Provincial Assessor's Office, Engineer Delito Merceni of the Provincial Environment and Natural Resources Office, and Attorney Jose R. Salazar of the Provincial Legal Office. Findings. The Sangguniang Panlalawigan on February 1, 2024 was in receipt of a follow-up letter from the Provincial Legal Office regarding the request of the Governor for application of PLAGT over the islets within the province of Marinduque dated January 23, 2023. The said letter was referred to the Committee of the Whole with the Committee on Public Works and Land Use and Urban Planning and Development and the Committee on Rules as the lead committees. In relation thereto, the January 2023 request of the governors was acted upon by SB under Committee Report 2023 and was approved and adopted under Resolution number 3950/2023. In accordance with the recommendation in the said report, the SB sent a communication to PENRO for the inventory of islands and islets in the province, its classification according to existing laws, rules, and regulation, including its technical description, and recommend to the PGM which of these islands or islets can be covered by a PLAGT application. Hence, the letter from Ms. Lozano of Penro Marinduque, together with the inventory of islands and islets in the province, which states that there are 19 islands and islets within the province. 6 are categorized as island and 13 are categorized as islets. 2 of the island and islets are classified as alienable and disposable land. 5 are classified as timberland, while 6 are combination thereof. There are 6 islets which are still unclassified, not included in the existing land classification status approved by the NAMRIA pursuant to Section 3 DAW 20004-59. Only areas classified as forest land, timberland are suitable for application for PLAGT and not otherwise classified as protected area or covered by an existing permit. The Natangko Island in Mogpog is covered by batting establishment, lease agreement, Bela number 006 in the name of Carmencita O. Reyes, which was already expired. And the Hupan Islet in Santa Cruz is covered by a pending application in the name of Butilaw Tourism Cooperative. The said letter was calendared on May 5 regular session and was referred to the committees of the whole led by the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances. Thus, a committee hearing was held on August 29, 2023 in consideration thereto. According to the representative from the DNR, during the said hearing, the land areas in the province of Marinduque were classified as early as November 22, 1928, pursuant to last land classification map number 789 of 1928. There were several unclassified islands and islets in the province of Marinduque. However, only the Congress has the power and authority to classify the lands of the public domain. Island and islets which are unclassified, classified as protected area in or covered by an existing permit, tenurial instrument issued by the DNR, or spending application for tenurial instrument are not suitable for application for Flag T. In the forest land, timberland applied for by the Flag T is bordering A&D and the adjacent owners' riparian rights will apply. If there is no tenurial instrument, the instruments over an island is under the jurisdiction of the DNR. Unless otherwise there is an application for Flag or Flag T by an LGU, they will be given exclusive use over the island, considering their interest and ability to preserve and protect the same. Private individual or corporation can apply for the same, subject to the submission of several requirements to the DNR. The Hakupan Island in Santa Cruz is covered by an existing application for Flag T, which is still lacks some of the requirement. So the application has been officially accepted by the DNR. The Elephant Island in Buena Vista is covered by an existing tenure under Flag T, and the Natangco Island in Mogpog is covered by Bela number 006 in the name of former Governor Reyes, which was already expired. It was also found during the hearing that Salumuagi Island is a combination of a portion that is classified as timberland and a portion that is A&D. It is located in Suwa, Torrijos, according to the document submitted by DNR. However, there is an existing title covering the portion of the island based on the documents presented by the provincial assessor with the address at Masagasi, Santa Cruz. As a result of Committee Report 223 series of 2023, was rendered during the 53rd regular session dated September 8, 2023, however, was amended to delete the entirety of the discussion relative to the Flag T application due to the issue of jurisdiction of the municipalities of Santa Cruz and Torrijos over the Salumagi Island. A subsequent meeting was held by the Committee of the Whole on February 22, 2024, in consideration of the recently received follow-up letter from the Provincial Legal Office, and as a result, the committee agreed to give authority to the governor to apply for Flag T over the islands and islets classified as timberland, and or the island and islet with portion classified as timberland within the jurisdiction of the province of Marinduque, except for Salumagi Island, until such time that jurisdiction over the island is settled by the two municipalities concerned. To request the Congress through the Honorable Congressman Lord Alan Velasco that all unclassified island and islets in the province of Marinduque be classified. Recommendations. Based on the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends for the adoption of the following resolution. Number 1, resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Presbitero J. Velasco Jr. to apply for forest land use agreement for tourism purposes over the island and islets classified as timberland and or island and islets with portion classified as timberland within the jurisdiction of the province of Marinduque, namely Hakupan Island in Santa Cruz, Banot Island in Santa Cruz, Polo Island in Santa Cruz, Elephant Island in Buena Vista, Hidalgo Island in Mogpog, Natangco Islet in Mogpog, San Andres Islet in Mogpog, Melchor Islet in Gasan, Gaspar Island in Gasan, and Baltasar Island in Gasan. A resolution requesting the Congress through the able representation of Honorable Congressman Lord Alan J. Q. Velasco that all unclassified island and islets in the province of Marinduque be classified as such. Respectfully submitted, Honorable Adeline M. Angeles, Vice Governor and Chair of the Committee of the Whole, concurred by Honorables Aurelio J. Leva III, Mark Julius P. Caballas, Ismael D. Pilim, Jose Nerel L. Mangol, Carlos F. D. Peralta, Bernardine E. Opis Mercado, Danilo R. Red, Bertinos A. Valencia, Antonio L. Mangkukang, Mercedes Ariano, and Mel Gabal R. Incabo. Madam Presiding Officer, this representation as Chairperson of the Committee on Public Works, Infrastructure, and Land Use and Urban Planning Development is now praying for the adoption of this committee report.
Before the adoption of the committee report, any clarificatory questions from the floor? Wala na. Bocal de Peralta, any question? With that, there's a pending motion from the reporting committee chair for the adoption of the report. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The committee report as rendered is now adopted.
Praying further, Madam Presiding Officer, that the accompanying resolutions be transferred to the Business Portfolio portion of today's session.
Likewise, the two accompanying resolutions in the adopted committee report will now be considered in the business for the day. Thank you, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the Chairperson of the Committee on Tourism Development and Cultural Heritage for its committee report number 365 series of 2024.
Honorable Jose Antonio Mangkukang, tama ba may Antonio? May apology, Honorable Mangkukang. Honorable Antonio Mangkukang III is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Mr. Floor Leader. Here's the committee report number 365-2024 by the Committee on Tourism, Development, and Cultural Heritage. And this is the subject. First, the Marinduque Provincial Tourism Development Plan 2020-2030, or Volume 2. Second, Cultural Affairs and Programs. And third, Murion Denton Activities, Sinakulo 2024. The reporting committee, and to which was referred the above-mentioned subject matter, is now ready to submit its findings and recommendations to this august body that were adduced from the hearing conducted on February 22, 2024. Attendance, member of the committee, Honorable Antonio Almanguha III, Honorable Aurelio J. Deva III, Honorable Bernardine E. Opis Mercado, our resource persons, Madam Chair, Mr. Jose Rizzo P. Labay, OIC, PTCO, Director Danny L. Mandia, the Tourism Consultant Director, and Director Rufino Malitao Jr., Tourism Consultant Director. And the Marinduque Provincial Tourism Development Plan 2020-2030, Volume 2, are the findings. First, according to the OIC PTCO, the Marinduque Provincial Tourism Development Plan 2020-2030, Volume 2, contains the supplementary amendments to the Volume 1 of the said plan that was approved way back 2022. B, it remedies the lack of important parts, especially the implementing mechanisms that includes investment program, action items, and monitoring in order to make clear and come up with a better defined tourism development direction for the province of Marinduque up to 2030. C, backtracking was done to call out the prevailing internal and external development potentials and challenges. D, the technical working group was composed of committed people from the private sector and stakeholders who contributed much in the completion of the said plan. Recommendations: the PTCO to consider the following. A, consolidation of Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the Marinduque Provincial Tourism Development Plan 2020 to 2030. B, identification of area wherein souvenir shops can be put in place to sell various agricultural products near the glamping site in Hinapulan, Boac. C, identifying a more comprehensive study on the significance of Luzon datum to the history of Marinduque, being known as Balanacan 00 by several geodetic engineers, the triangulation of 3 areas located in Barangay Hinanggayon, Mogpog, in the airport in Barangay Masiga, Gasan, and in the magnetic field station in Barangay Laylay, Boac. D. The establishment of Provincial Pasalubong Center for the 6 towns to showcase their local products. E. The possibility of establishing a satellite office in Manila wherein tourist destinations and local products, among others, of the province of Marinduque can be showcased. F. The establishment of Morianas Museum. Second, the PTCO to submit to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan the inventory of provincial tourism projects in Marinduque. Third, the PTCO may consider the following for the proper management, operation, maintenance, and sustainability of provincial tourism projects, like A. Hiring and deployment of job orders employees. B. Entrusting the projects to the local government units as a matter of policy and as an added income to their constituents. Or C. The involvement of private sector through a concession agreement. Fourth, the PTCO to coordinate with the punong barangays of Bantay and Hinapulan and the PPDO regarding the allocated funds way back 2022 for the establishment of comfort rooms in the glamping site in Barangay Hinapulan amounting to 2 million pesos. 5. To schedule a follow-up committee hearing with the PTCO on the following. A. The plans and programs of the PTCO for tourism in the next 3 years. B. The assurance of funding sources to be used in the target tourism projects. And C. The status of all provincial tourism projects based on the inventory to be submitted by PTCO. And here is the final recommendation, Madam Chair, to adopt a resolution approving the Marinduque Provincial Tourism Development Plan 2020-2030 of Volume 2. Regarding cultural affairs and programs, here are the findings. First, according to Director Mandia, A. The current cultural programs of the Marinduque focuses on the awareness campaign regarding the history of traditions in the province to promote, intensify, and enrich the knowledge of everyone regarding the origin of Sinakulo, Muryon, Binabila, Kanga, Gasan-Gasan, Haring Carabao, local folk dances and songs, and Tuba Festival, among others. B. The said campaign also aims to take pride and pass on the customs and traditions of the province of Marinduque to the future generations. See, there should have a one big event once a year for all the artists of Marinduque, wherein the cultures and traditions can be shown, local products can be showcased, and all creation in the province can be featured. It is currently being planned to turn the Sinakulo into a musical presentation in collaboration with various private sectors, individuals, and stakeholders. And it is the recommendation, Madam Chair, to schedule another committee hearing with representatives or spokespersons from the different festivals in the province as resource persons to discuss various initiatives for the promotion and preservation of the festivals in Marinduque. And for the Muryon Lenten activity or Sinakulo 2024, here are the findings, Madam Chair. First, according to Director Malitaw, A. The first presentation of the Sinakulo will begin on Holy Wednesday, March 27, with the first chapter about the Old Testament, the creation and the life of child Jesus. B. The next presentation will be on Holy Thursday, March 28, covering the New Testament, ang kaganapan, It will begin with the baptism of John the Baptist and will end up with the judgment of Christ, the crucifixion, and the suicide of Judas. C. The Via Crucis or Calvary will rotate around the whole town of Boac in the morning of the 29th of March and the Pugutan on March 30, Black Saturday. D. He is requesting for the adoption of a legislative measure to declare Marinduque as the Moriones capital of the Philippines because Mindoro and Quezon are imitating and is allegedly claiming the same. Recommendation, first, to schedule another committee hearing to determine from which municipality in the province of Marinduque, thus Morion actually originated. And second, that proposed ordinance declaring Marinduque as Moriones capital of the Philippines be approved for first reading. Here's the final recommendations, Madam Chair. Based on the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends for the adoption of a resolution officially naming the Moriones Lenten Rites as Dula ng Marinduque, to wit, A. Unang dula ang lumang tipan for the presentation during Holy Wednesday. B. Ikalawang dula ang bagong tipan for the presentation during Holy Thursday. C. Kalbaryuhan during Good Friday. And D. Pugutan during Black Saturday. And further amending for the purpose of all programs, activities, and communications related thereto. Respectfully submitted, the Committee on Tourism and Cultural Heritage, Madam Chair. And with the indulgence of the committee, I am formally moving for the adoption of this committee report. I so move, Madam Chair.
Marami pong salamat. Kagalang-galang mangkukang. On the part of the presiding officer, maari po bang malaman ano po bang pagkakaiba nung recommendation sa final recommendation? At ano po ang mga, papaano mai-implement yun pong recommendation vis-a-vis final recommendations? It's a quite long report, I understand. Kaya lang halimbawa po dito sa Tourism Development Plan, meron hong recommendation, pagkatapos mayroong final recommendation. How shall we treat the recommendations vis-a-vis final recommendation?
Madam Chair, thank you for that, for the question. The final recommendation is to pass or to pass a resolution for this particular subject, Madam Chair.
Okay po. Medyo nililinaw lang po natin, even in other reports, sometimes we do this. May recommendation, tapos may final recommendation. Ano po ang gagawin dito sa final recommendation? We know the legislative action that we will do. But with regard to the recommendations, when we adopt it, ano po ang magiging role ng sanggunian, or how can we ensure that these recommendations are also being acted upon?
Madam Chair, for the second for the Provincial Tourism Development Plan 2020-2030, the final recommendation is to adopt a resolution approving the same. And for the second for cultural affairs and programs being taken by Director Danny Mandia, no final recommendation, but on a recommendation.
Yung alimbawa po dun sa sa recommendations, the PTCO shall consider the following. Iko-consolidate yung Volume 1 and Volume 2 ng Provincial Tourism Development Plan. Another pero i-approve na natin yung Volume 2. Pero ipapa-consolidate pa natin sa kanila. Hindi ba, dun po yun sa Marinduque Provincial Tourism Development Plan.
Yes,
If
Madam
that is the situation, why don't we integrate Volume 1 and Volume 2 in one document at yun ang aprubahan po natin? Di po baga, that's one po. Yung pong mga pag-identify ng mga souvenir shops, etc. How ito po ba sa direkta natin sa PTCO or we will recommend it to the governor to make sure kasi can the committee report directly ano po ang tinitingnan ko lang po dito ay yung bagang masigurado na yung mga recommendation po natin ay seryoso na naa-address at pinapatupad by ensuring yung ways kung papaano at sino yung tamang office.
Madam Chair, atin din pong papadalhan ng committee report ang atin pong PTCO at ang atin pong mahal na gobernador. At base po sa salita ng ating tourism officer ay ito rin po yung naka-pipeline sa kanila. Ano po? So sa kanila din po galing itong mga recommendation ito at ito nga po at kasama po ito base sa nag-gather na information or the data ano po doon sa recommendation. So ito
Okay
po
po.
ay program na rin po ng PTCO.
Okay po. So papadalhan natin ng kopya yung concerned office
Yes,
para
Madam
po
Chair.
ma-remind sila that that is being recommended to them. So sige ho, siguro po ay masama rin yun sa recommendation and reiterating na kaya pinadala sa kanila yon is because of specific recommendations addressed to their office. Tapos sabihin na rin po natin na hihingi po tayo ng update within a certain months kung ano na po ang nangyari dun po sa recommendation. If that is not too much to suggest from the presiding officer, gusto lang po nating ma-ensure na matapos so ang mahabang talakayan at pinaghirapan din ng mga miyembro ng Sangguniang Panlalawigan na rekomendasyon ay masigurado that they will not just be forgotten.
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, maraming salamat po sa inyong rekomendasyon at nasabi rin po ng representasyong ito during the committee meeting na magiging once a month po ang tuloy-tuloy, continuous po or twice a month para po masigurado yung implementation ng lahat ng mga napapag-usapan. Ano po, may timetable, may timetable kung kailan dapat ito matapos. Ano po, yung this year ito dapat ang magawa. Within 3 years, ito na dapat. Ito na, ika-5th year, ito na dapat. Ano po, base doon sa mga recommendations at doon sa plan. Yung po,
Okay
kaya every twice a month or once a month po, magkakaroon po ng regular committee meeting po ang committee ng tourism.
Okay.
Kasama po sila.
Thank you po to hear that. Kasi maganda po yon na mapaalala na rin po sa atin na the committee can schedule meetings and hearings motu proprio. Kahit wala pang i-refer sa inyo po, ay pwede rin po kayong, kagaya po nun, in the spirit of an oversight function, ay pwede rin po kayo na mag-akusa ng komite na magpatawag ng committee without any item specifically being referred to. Salamat po, Honorable Mangkukang. So there is a pending motion from Honorable Mangkukang for the adoption of the committee report. Tinatanggap po ba ng reporting committee chair ang advice ng
Yes,
presiding
Madam Chair.
officer?
Opo, lahat po, kasama po ang ating mga suggestions and recommendations ay formal ko pong minimungkahin na magkaroon ng adopsyon ang committee report na ito ngayong araw ng pagpupulong. I so move, Madam Chair.
Including the advice
Including
of
of
the
the
presiding
advice. Yes,
officer.
Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Mangkukang. Any objection to the adoption of the committee report as amended, as rendered and amended? Yes, Honorable Rihano.
Before the adoption of the final recommendation regarding this report, ay inaalam ko lang po sa ating mahal na kagalang-galang na bukal Mangkukang na saan po dining mga drama at mga dula ng Marinduque, ikaw kasama sino yun? Si Herodes at saka po
Madam Chair.
Bago ang mahalagang boto ni Kagalang-Galang Rehano, ay kailangan muna niyang masigurado na nakasama si Herodes at sino po yun? At si Claudia.
Maraming salamat po at sa katanungan po ng ating gentle lady from Santa Cruz, Honorable Mercy Rihano. Unfortunately, ngayon pong darating na Holy Week natin ay hindi po masusumpungan, hindi po maipapalabas at hindi po mapapanood ang karakter ni Herodes at ni Claudia doon po sa musical and doon po sa stage play, teatro, at hindi po siya naisama ngayong taong ito. Pero po sa susunod na taon, 2025 ay kasama na po sa lalagyan ng pondo ngayon pa lang, base po sa usapan din nung committee meeting na from time to time kasama na yung funding next year 2025 para wala nang inihabol, wala yung pahuli-huli. So aayusin na po lahat ngayon ng Committee ng Tourism, lahat ng dapat paghandaan sa 2025. So 2025 po ay muli pong mapapanood ng madlang people ng Marinduque ang teatro play ni Herodes, ni Claudia at saka po ni Pilato. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Yes, Honorable Lim. Ayan na.
Madam Chair,
Okay.
naaliman ba ako? Kailangan kong tagapaypay.
Yes. Okay. Okay, mukha pong na-remind ako. Ito po ba ay tanggap ng lahat, yung pong pagbabago ng pangalan, yung Moriones Lenten Rights, yung spelling ng rights po dito ay Ritu, hindi man yung karapatan. Rights, R-I-T-E-S. No? So we are changing the term Moriones Lenten Rights to Dula ng Marinduque. Bak hindi po ba kaya ito magkaroon na naman ng panibagong diskusyon sapagkat sa mahabang panahon, una ay Moriones Festival. Natatandaan po natin, Moriones Festival, pero itinama at nilinaw na ito ay Lenten rights, hindi siya festival. Ngayon ay nilimit na natin at ginawa nating dula. Hindi po kaya ito ay magkaroon ng reaction muli sa mga ilang tao na maaring may alam sa konteksto ng mga pangalan na ito.
Apo.
Yes, Honorable Mangkukang.
Madam Chair, ito po yung nung first hearing po natin ng komite, ay yan po yung halos pagsampalan at pagsabunutan ng dalawang direktor. Kahit correct. Talaga po sila dito, nagataas na sila ng kailang mga salita, pagpagalingan sila, at kanya-kanya po silang depensa, Madam Chair. Ito po ay naayos na muli po, sabi natin papatawag tayo ng pagpupulong for the second time at pag-uusapan ito. Ito na nga po itong committee report na to. At ngayon po medyo na-behave po sila, na-behave naman yung dalawang direktor. At nagkasundo po doon na ayusin at itama na, Madam Chair, ang totoong pangalan ng sinakulo. Kasi po ang sinakulo ay Last Supper po talaga ang kahulugan. At amenable na po si Director Malitaw, kasama po sinangguni niya ito sa kanyang mga kasamahan. At ayon po sa kanya, ay kinausap niya ang kanyang mga kasamahan na hindi tama yung pangalang sinakulo kasi yun ay Last Supper. So kaya po nag-arrive na po sa ganung unang dula, lumang tipan, ikalawang dula, bagong tipan, tapos po kalbaryuhan, tapos pugutan. Tinanggal na po yung salitang sinakulo, Madam Chair. So kaya po nag-arrive po
So
dito.
ang nire-rename po ay yung po bang Moriones Lenten Rights o kasi malalim ho ang kahulugan ng Moriones Lenten Rights at ito po ay may pagka-religious thing. So baka po mabigla po tayo. Yes, Honorable Leva, you have something
Tama
to
po
say?
yung obserbasyon ninyo. Kasi nakalagay po dito, resolution officially naming the Moriones. Hindi po pinabago yung Moriones Lenten Rights. Ang binabago po yung sinakulo. Yung
The term senaculo.
Sinakulo. Kasi ang sinakulo daw po, according to kay Direk Dani Mandia, ay nagsisimula doon sa Last Supper from the word sena. So, hindi daw po pwedeng sabihin sinakulo yung creation, yung birth of Christ. Kaya yun po ang inabago. Kaya parang may mali po dito, hindi po yung
Moriones Lenten Rights.
ang
Oo.
binabago, kundi yung sinakulo.
Okay.
Yung term na sinakulo.
So, thank you for the... Tama po ba yun? May we know from Honorable Mangkukang. Hindi po yung hindi po yung Moriones Lenten Rights ang ninename natin na magiging dulang Marinduque.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Overdo ko lang po. Ano po, based on the foregoing, the committee hereby recommends for the adoption of a resolution officially naming the Sinakulo as dula ng Marinduque.
Yung Senaculo as regularly played.
Regularly
po,
played. Yes, Madam
as dula Marinduque. So thank you for the correction. So it's not the Moriones Lenten Rights that will be officially called dula ng Marinduque. Thank you for the clarification, Honorable Mangkukang. Any other, baka po tingnan lang ho natin, kasi sabi na nga, muntik nang magkasubunutan ba? Hindi naman siguro. At least, there is a meeting of the minds already with regard to the Senaculo. Yes, Honorable Leva?
Meron pa po dito yung proposed ordinance declaring Marinduque as Moriones capital of the Philippines. Kasi ang ano po nila dito ay yung mga ibang bayan daw po ay mga nagagawa na ng Morion sa Quezon at saka sa Mindoro. Ang pagkaalam ko po, si Congressman Lord Alan Velasco ay may proposed bill sa Congress declaring the origin of the Moriones in Marinduque. At meron na rin po kitang batas, yung 8021, an act declaring the Moriones Festival of the province of Marinduque as a major tourist attraction. So, tayo po ba ang maggagawa ng ordinance o sa ipamamahala natin sa Congress?
May we hear clarification from the reporting committee chair? Is it proper that it will be in the form of an ordinance or is it within the jurisdiction of Congress?
Madam Chair, I think ito po ay base po sa napag-usapan nung committee meeting ay ang napag-usapan po ay mag-enact ng local ordinance o provincial ordinance ang plenaryo, ang Sangguniang Panlalawigan for this as declaring Marinduque as the Moriones capital of the Philippines while waiting for the enactment of the House para po dito sa declaration ng lalawigan ng Marinduque as the Moriones capital of the Philippines. So, gagawin po muna natin ito dito kasi mas mabilis tayong gumawa dito. Then, hintayin po natin na matapos yung ginagawa po ng ating mahal na Congressman, Lord Alan Velasco.
Or baka makatulong ang ordinansang ito para maisulong yung bill sa Kongreso. Any comment from the floor? Yes, Honorable Encabo is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Nung una ko rin pong pasok sa Sanggunian, may alam ko po, meron na pong batas na isinusulong ang ating mahal na congressman. Ang sabi nga po nila, declaring Marinduque as the origin of Moriones Festival, isang act of Congress po dapat. Yun po ang sabi. Kasi sabi nga po naman pag tayo lang ang nag-declare, parang self-serving na kasi kaya rin naman po nila mag-declare dun sa kanila na this is the origin of Moriones Festival ng Mindoro. Tayo rin, gaganon din tayo. So, much better po siguro na ma-approve po muna sa ating mahal na congressman. Yun po lang ang
So, are you requesting for reconsideration with regard to this recommendation po?
Hindi ko po masabi sa atin. Yung sa akin po naman, Madam Chair, yun lang po naman yung
Which is a valid naman po,
yes, Madam
valid
Chair,
observation.
Yes, Madam Chair. Alam ko po, Madam Chair, during the time of 15th Sanggunian, napag-usapan na rin po natin ito. Parang ganun po ang naalala ko. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Encabo. Honorable Manggol. So there is a
Thank you po.
parang manifestation from Honorable Encabo that we may give way first to the act of Congress. Yes, Honorable Manggol.
Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, Ito po yung different view naman po. Ito ba mong Moriones po yung declare po natin ng NCCA?
Na?
Ng NCCA as our cultural property? Meron na po bang NCCA declaring Moriones as a important cultural property ng ating para po at least yun pong basis natin.
Thank you, Honorable Manggol.
Neither NCCA or the Congress.
Thank you, Honorable Manggol. Any clarification? Yes, Honorable Mangkukang.
Marami pong salamat. Doon po sa katanungan ng ating gentleman from Mogpog, Honorable Manggol. Meron pong NCCA at dineclare na cultural property ang Morionan, Morionan, pero ito po ay sa bayan ng Mogpog. Mogpog pa lang po ang mayroong accreditation ng NCCA as a cultural property. At hindi po siya Moriones Festival, kundi siya ay Morionan. Yun na po ang pangalan niya. Kaya ginagamit mo nga po siya, sagrado siya at solemn. Hindi po siya for tourism or for commercial purposes. At nakalagay din po doon sa ordinance na ginawa natin sa bayan ng Mogpog na ito po ay isa ng batas at pinagtibay din ng Sangguniang Panlalawigan na ang mga moryon ng bayan ng Mogpog ay lalabas lang talaga pag Holy Week. At sila ay ginagawa nila yun nga po sa pamamagitan ng penitensya nila, sagrado. At andun na nga yung bilang ng kanilang mga bulaklak. At hindi po siya pwedeng dalhin kasi meron pong kaukulang penalty na yung moryon ng Mogpog, bulaklakan, ay dadalhin sa labas for commercial or for tourism purposes. At para po ito ay inihalin tulad ng NCCA sa isang tribe sa Baguio na ito pong yung rituals na yon, yung ritual na yon, paghahanapin mo at magtatanong ka ng ganong ritual, only doon sa lugar lang, somewhere in Benguet, matatagpuan at pupuntahan talaga siya. At mayroon lang certain period na doon lang siya pinapakita. Yun po yung nangyari sa bayan ng Mogpog. Na isa po yun sa nagustuhan kaya ito inaccredit ng NCCA, ang Morionan ng Mogpog. Ngayon po sa tanong po ni Bukan Neril Manggol, sa tingin ko hindi wala pa po ito sa 5 bayan at sa ating lalawigan. Kaya lang po ay kung ito ay ating isasagawang ganon, base po sa ating mahal na gobernador, ay ang kanya pong ay for tourism. Talagang palaguin yung turismo isa sa festival. At magkakaroon ngayon ng pagkakaiba pag gagawin natin yung ganong ordinansa sa bayan ng Mogpog. Kaya nga po, yun po, Madam Chair. Thank you po.
Thank you. Honorable Lim first, then Honorable Leva.
Madam Chair, I agree with the Honorable Leva's idea relative to Republic Act 8021 declaring Moriones Festival as of the province of Marinduque is hereby declared as a major tourist attraction. As such, it shall be accorded due recognition and shall become priority program of the Department of Tourism. Ito po ay it's a Republic Act, Madam Chair. So siguro po if anything if there's anything that we would like maybe perhaps strengthening or reiterating in modern times the origin of Moriones, but I think it is well established under the Republic Act that Moriones came from Marinduque, and that also, Madam Chair, if you would check Google, it states therein that the mother town in the province of Marinduque, the municipality is the municipality of Mogpog.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Lim. Honorable Leva first, then the response of Honorable Mangkukang.
Tama po yun. Kung baga sa meron na talagang batas na nagdeklara sa Moriones as hindi lang natin nakakapitalize yung batas, hindi lang masyadong aware po. So kailangan magkaroon ng awareness po yung mga tao na meron na pong batas na nagdedeclare Moriones Festival of Marinduque as tourist attraction po. Hindi lang po nagagamit yung batas na yun ng siguro po sa proper agency na kagaya ng Department of Tourism, ng NCCA, ay dapat ay mabigyan po lamang natin sila ng awareness dito sa batas na ito. At the same time, pwede rin naman po nating i-declare katulad po nung sinabi ni Bucalneril na ang Moriones as an intangible cultural property of the province of Marinduque para ma-register po ito sa NCCA. So siguro po imbes na yung nakalagay na na letter dito declaring Moriones as intangible cultural property of the province of Marinduque, kung mamarapatin po ng sponsor.
Thank you. Just an additional information. Ano po? In 2021, Resolution 1268 was passed, sponsored by the Committee on Tourism chaired by Honorable Encabo, providing for the creation of updated local cultural inventory in the province of Marinduque and endorsing the same to the NCCA for inclusion in the Philippine Registry of Cultural Property. At kasama po doon ang Morionan Penitential Right. So, meron po tayo na sinabit na sa NCCA. Siguro ho ay kailangan lang humingi ng update kung naisama ng NCCA sa Philippine Registry of Cultural Property already. But on our part, nai-identify na po natin. Ano po? Ikalawa ho, dun ho sa Republic Act na naaprubahan, yun po ay identifying ito nga pong Morionan as a tourist attraction. As a tourist attraction. Iba naman ho yung initiative na i-declare ang Marinduque as the origin of parang ano yan intellectual property right, parang ganon. So, iba yung ikaw sa iyo nag-originate. So, yun ang medyo tinatrabaho, I think. Dito naman po sa proposed ordinance natin, sa committee report, ang hinihingi po dito ay declaring Marinduque as the center of so iba-iba. So, we need to be consistent. Ano ba ang gusto natin? To be declared as the origin of yung Morionan, para kung may sumulpot mang mga Morionan sa iba, ay tayo ang nagsimula. Or gusto nating maging sentro. So pag may sentro, nire-recognize natin na meron talagang nag-e-exist sa iba. So siguro anyway, it will be for first reading naman, and it will be referred to proper committee. Pero this early, may we know, but bago si Bocalim, may we know ano po ba ang intention ng committee sa kanilang recommendation? Ano po yung lalamanin ng ordinansa?
Madam Chair, ito po ay buso din at clamor ng dalawa nating director na ito nga pong bayan ng Pinamalayan sa Oriental Mindoro at ilang bayan sa Quezon ay nakikita na at sinasagawa na itong ganitong klase ng maskara o nakatulad din ng maskara natin.
So ano po ang gusto natin? Maging Moriones capital of the Philippines o maging origin ng Moriones?
Ang takbo po ng usapan ng committee meeting, Madam Chair, ay maging tayo yung makilala dito nagmula, tayo yung original.
So hindi po as Moriones capital?
Original, apa.
Sige, may we hear from Honorable Lim?
Madam Chair, I think on the question of origin, Madam Chair, it is already established in the Republic Act 8021. So I think there is no question there that Marinduque is the origin of Moriones Festival. And I think, Madam Chair, it is very difficult to stop other provinces to celebrate Moriones Festival on their own if they wish just like in Marinduque, Madam Chair, we are celebrating Ati-Atihan, and which is originally from
Aklan.
Aklan. And
So,
yet,
okay. Anyway, we will refer it to concerned committee, pero this early ay paninindigan ba ng committee na ang recommendation ay to be the Moriones capital or tama? Yes, Honorable Leva?
Added information lang po. Doon sa House Bill number 39 na inauthor ni Honorable Lord Alan J. Velasco, ang nakalagay po ay an act declaring the province of Marinduque as the home of Moriones Festival.
Home. Okay.
Home po ang ginamit.
Home.
Okay. So, mayroon ng Home of Moriones Festival. Do we need to declare it pa as the center of Moriones capital? Maybe hear from, yes, Honorable Valencia.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dagdagan ko lang po yung sinabi ni Bukal Mail kanina. Isa Republic Act 8021. Nakalagay po this an act declaring Moriones Festival of the province of Marinduque a major tourist attraction. So it means po na hindi pa siya katulad doon na propose ni Bukal Mangkukang na origin.
Okay. Okay, maybe the presiding officer will just refer it to a concerned committee para mas ma-deliberate pa further. But for the meantime, wala pong pagbabago sa inyong You will maintain that the proposed ordinance is ordinance is for the declaration of Marinduque as Moriones capital of the Philippines.
Madam Chair, mari pong isingit na rin, isama na rin natin dito, base po sa ating pong deliberation ngayon, na as Moriones origin and capital of the Moriones capital of the Philippines. Samahin po yung dalawang word na yan.
Papagsamahin niyo.
Apo, para po mas na siya, nandun na talaga. At Madam Chair, nakita ko po na di masama na maggawa tayo ng sariling local ordinance at mas matitibayin natin, i-testify natin ang ating ordinance sa pamamagitan ng mga legal basis na nainak na ng House. Para sa Marinduque. Yun po yung maging legal basis natin. Para makaka-come up tayo sa mas matibay nating local ordinance dito sa province. So, atin pong binibigyan ng DN, Madam Chair, ang recommendation for the proposed ordinance declaring Marinduque as the original and the capital, Moriones capital of the Philippines. The origin and the Moriones capital of the Philippines.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Mangkukang. So would you like to make the formal motion already for the committee report?
So, Madam Chair, kasama po ang lahat ng mga rekomendasyon, suggestions, ay atin pong formal na minumungkahi na ang nasabi pong magkaroon po ng adopsyon ang nasabing committee report ngayong araw na ito ng pagpupulong. I so move, Madam Chair.
With all the revisions.
Revisions, Madam
Thank you,
Chair.
Honorable Mangkukang. Any objection to the motion of the reporting committee chair? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The amended committee report is now adopted.
And also formally moves for that the accompanying resolution be transferred under business for the day, Madam Chair. I so move.
And all corresponding resolutions included in the adopted committee report will be transferred or will be included in the business for the day. Thank you, Honorable Mangkukang.
Madam Chair, may this representation be recognized for the committee report of the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances.
Proceed, Honorable Leva.
Committee Report number 366, Series of 2024 of the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances on various items referred to the committee. The reporting committee to which was referred to various referral is now ready to submit its comments, recommendation to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan and Bank that were adduced from the meeting conducted on May 20, 2024. Attendance, Honorables Leva, Caballas, Office Mercado, Manggol, and Valencia. There were 8 referrals that were calendared in the hearing and could be summarized into A. 1 privilege speech of Honorable Leba regarding the ILG opinion on virtual session. B, one endorsement from the governor of the for the passage of a similar resolution of SB of Bohol urging the Congress to amend the local government code, particularly in the imposition of fines and penalties. And C, 6 municipal ordinances from component municipalities for review of the board. Therefore, to facilitate the rendition of the report, recommendations will be rendered as categorized above. A, privileged speech of Honorable Leba regarding the ILG opinion on virtual session. The members of the committee posed no objection to amend SB Resolution number 070 of 2022 as amended by SB Resolution number 654 series of 2023 or the internal rules of procedure of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan by deleting Section 40 online session. Therefore, the committee hereby recommends for the adoption of a resolution entitled a resolution amending SB Resolution number 7 series of 2023 as amended by SB Resolution number 654 series of 2023 or the internal rules of procedure of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Marinduque by deleting Section 40 online session thereof. B, endorsement from the governor for the passage of a resolution of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Bohol urging the Congress to amend the local government code. The committee hereby recommends for the adoption of a resolution urging the Congress to amend the local government code or the Republic Act number 7160 in particular sections relative to the imposition of fines and penalties. C, municipal ordinances for component cities for review of the board. Municipal ordinances number 289 series of 2024 of Buena Vista. Municipal ordinances number 277 series of 2024 of Santa Cruz. Municipal ordinances 2024-01 of Torrijos. Municipal ordinance number 2024-02 of Torrijos. Municipal ordinance number 2024-288 of Mogpog and municipal ordinance number 2024-289 of Mogpog. No members of the committee pose any objection for the declaration of the above mentioned municipal ordinances as being as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Therefore, the committee hereby recommends for the adoption of the following resolutions. Number 1, resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 289 series of 2024 of the municipality of Buena Vista, Marinduque entitled an ordinance amending section 8 appropriation of the municipal ordinance number 244 series of 2021 entitled an ordinance providing for burial assistance to qualified beneficiaries and or family of the deceased senior citizens and persons with disability duly registered in the municipality of Buena Vista, Marinduque and providing annual appropriations necessary thereof as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Number 2, resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 277 series of 2024 of the municipality of Santa Cruz, Marinduque entitled an ordinance protecting and conserving the rivers and creeks of the municipality of Santa Cruz, Marinduque, imposing fines and for violation thereof and appropriating funds thereof as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Number 3, resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 2024-01 of the municipality of Torrijos, Marinduque entitled an ordinance institutionalizing the municipio sa barangay program in the municipality of Torrijos, providing guidelines and appropriating the necessary funds therefore as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Number 4, resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 2024-02 of the municipality of Torrijos, Marinduque entitled an ordinance creating the Persons with Disability Affairs Office in the municipality of Torrijos, Marinduque and for other related purposes as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Number 5, a resolution declaring ordinance number 2024 series of 288 of the municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque entitled an ordinance providing wage increase for job order personnel in the municipal government of Mogpog, Marinduque and classifying these two categories as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Resolution declaring municipal ordinance number 2024-289 of the municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque entitled an ordinance retitling the position of the municipal assessor and municipal engineer to Municipal Government Department Head 1, salary grade 24, municipal assessor, and Municipal Government Department Head 1, municipal engineer, salary grade 24, and declaring automatic retitling of all existing filled-up department head position upon vacancy in the municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact. Respectfully submitted, yours truly as the chairperson of the Committee on Rules, Honorable Caballes, Manggol, Lipiada, Valencia, and concurred by Honorable Ardeline M. Mangeles, Vice Governor and Ex-Officio Member. Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the adoption of Committee Report number 366, Series of 2024 of the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances.
Thank you, Honorable Leva. Are there other clarificatory questions that can address to the reporting chair? Kung wala na po, there is a pending motion by Honorable Aurelio Leva. Any objection to the motion to adopt the committee report as rendered? The committee report 366-2024 of the Committee on Laws, Rules, and Ordinances. Hearing none, the motion is approved. The committee report 366-20-2024 of the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances is now adopted.
Moving further, that the accompanying resolutions be transferred to the business for the day portion of today's session.
And that all accompanying resolutions in the adopted committee report will be considered in the business for the day. Thank you, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, may this representation be recognized again for the committee report number 367-2024 of the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances.
Proceed, Honorable Leva.
Committee report number 367-2024 of the Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances on the subject Municipal Ordinance number 210 of the Municipality of Gasan entitled An Ordinance Prescribing the Rules and Procedures on Administrative Disciplinary Cases filed against elected barangay officials before the Sangguniang Bayan of Gasan, Marinduque. The Committee on Rules, Laws, and Ordinances, unto which the above titled subject Municipal Ordinance number 210 Series of 2024 of Gasan was referred to, hereby presents its observation, findings, comments, and recommendation for appropriate legislative action of the Board. Findings: in furtherance of Section 61, Republic Act 7160, and Article 125 of the IRR, the Sangguniang Bayan of Gasan enacted Municipal Ordinance number 2010 Series of 2024. The Sangguniang Bayan may have anchored the enactment of the measure on Article 103 IRR or Republic Act 7160, which provides for the Sangguniang to adopt and update existing rules of procedure and such other rules as the Sangguniang may adopt. Since the Sangguniang Bayan adopted the rules and procedures on administrative disciplinary cases through an ordinance, Section 56 of Republic Act 7160 sets in and brings the subject ordinance before the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for necessary review. Municipal Ordinance number 210 Series of 20 was brought forth to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan by the Sangguniang Bayan of Gasan in compliance to Section 56A of Republic Act 7160. Based on the foregoing, it can be inferred that within the ambit of the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to adopt its own rules and procedure. However, as to what form it should be adopted is the issue to be resolved. In D-Han 5, defined as the rule of procedure as a document containing the set of procedural rules that governs the orderly transaction of business and defining the duties and responsibilities of the officers during the conduct of meeting. As can be deduced from the title of the submitted legislative measure, on the second whereas clause of the preamble, the ordinance which prescribes the rules and of procedures on any and all administrative complaint cases before the Sangguniang Bayan of Gasan, the measure is internal to the Sangguniang. DILG in two occasions opined that RIPs may vary from one Sangguniang to the other. The new Sangguniang may or may not adopt the previous RIP of the previous Sangguniang. Accordingly, being in the nature of a temporary rule, RIPs are to be adopted in the form of a resolution, underscoring the emphasis supplied. DLD continued by citing the case of Romulo versus Iñiguez in L. 71908, 04 February 1986, the Supreme Court rules that RIPs are not laws, but are simply procedural rules to be observed by the Sangguniang for its orderly conduct of session, and thus it can be waived, disregarded, or suspended by the deliberative body. In response to the letter of the chairperson of the committee to the DILG, the regional director, in second endorsement dated February 22, 2024, stated that the above-mentioned DILG opinions still stands and continues to be valid, as these are anchored on the decision of the Supreme Court, which are not yet overturned. Wherefore, the Sangguniang Panlalawigan at the Sangguniang Bayan of Gasan should have adopted the rules of procedure on administrative disciplinary cases by way of a resolution. Let the succeeding Sangguniang adopt it in toto or otherwise. Recommendation: the committee hereby recommends for adoption of a resolution returning Municipal Ordinance Number 210 Series of 2024 to the Municipality of Gasan, entitled An Ordinance Prescribing the Rules of Procedure in Administrative Disciplinary Cases Filed Against Elective Barangay Officials before the Sangguniang Bayan of Gasan, it being adopted not in accordance with the prescribed form. The SB of Gasan may also consider in its adoption of the rules and procedure in administrative disciplinary cases the observation comments of the committee, which may form part of the parcel of this report, which has been communicated to the SB in a committee hearing held on February 13, 2024. Signed, yours truly as chairperson, the Honorable Caballas, Office Mercado, Manggol, and Valencia as member. Madam Presiding Officer, this representation prays for the adoption of Committee Report Number 367, Series of 2024. Added to this are the various recommendations of the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Leva. Just a a query from the presiding officer. So because of the temporary nature of the IRP, ang binabanggit po sa committee report ninyo ay hindi na kailangang ordinansa, kundi resolution of adoption of the IRP is sufficient.
Sufficient enough.
Ang tanong ko ng presiding officer ay, is there a specific law that prohibits the Sanggunian to adopt it through an ordinance?
Ang nakalagay po dito, we adhere to the opinion of the DILG. Na ang sabi po ng DILG, may mga cases na po na pinadala sa kanila na hindi po kailangan ng ordinances sa RIP at saka sa administrative procedure. Only ang kaanuhan po ng ang effect po ng matatali po yung isang sanggunian kung ito po ay ordinansa. Wala po silang way to amend it right away or hindi po naman isang batas as declared by the Supreme Court. It is not a law ang internal rules of procedure. It is a guidance of the sanggunian concerned. Kaya kung tinatanong mo po kung walang batas, wala naman po batas na nagsasabi na bawal ang ordinansa, pero meron naman pong guidelines ang DILG na nagsasabi na dapat ay resolution lamang ang mga internal rules of procedure at administrative rules of procedure.
Okay po. Thank you, Honorable Leva. Naisip lang ng presiding officer kasi ang ating basis supposedly is whether they act beyond, diba, their jurisdiction or their authority. So, yung po bang guidelines nito ay nagaling sa DILG ay hindi pwedeng i-interpret na pwedeng resolution, pwedeng ordinansa, pero kung resolution ay wala namang problema.
Ang sabi po kasi ng DILG dito sa kanilang response ay the DILG opinion is still stand and continues to be valid as these are anchored on the decision of the Supreme Court. So, ibig sabihin mo, may pinagbasihan po ito, isang desisyon ng Supreme Court. Alam naman natin, pag desisyon na Supreme Court, it were part of the law of the land.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Leva. So with that, the recommendation is to return it to the Sangguniang Bayan.
By the way,
with-
Madam Presiding Officer, just a point of information that before we render this decision, we have already invited the members of the concerned committee of the Sangguniang Bayan, and there was an agreement during the committee hearing that if ever the decision of the DILG is that their legal opinion still stands, then we will return it to them and they will
They will
gladly
follow.
accept that.
Okay. So there is already an advance information and meeting of the minds. That's good to know, Honorable Leva. So is there any objection to the adoption of the committee report? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The committee report as rendered is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, moving further that the accompanying resolution of the said committee report be transferred to the business for the day portion of today's session.
The motion is approved.
We now go to the committee report of the Committee on Appropriation with regards to the letter from Mr. James Solas for supplemental appropriation in the amount of 100,000 to the terminal leave of Honorable Rowland R. Rosales.
Honorable Lim is recognized.
Madam Chair, Mr. Presiding Officer, good afternoon, my colleagues. I present here with Madam Chair the committee report of the Committee on Appropriations with the recommendation in favor of the request for supplemental appropriation in the amount of 100,000 pesos to cover the terminal leave benefits of Honorable Lauren R. Rosales, former ex-officio member of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Madam Chair, moving that the committee report be adopted, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lim. Any objection to the adoption of the committee report as rendered? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The committee report as rendered is now adopted.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Moving further, that the recommendation, the proposed resolution in the recommendation be included in the business of the day, Madam Chair. I also move.
Thank you, Honorable Lim. The recommended resolution in the adopted report will now be considered in the business for the day. Thank you,
Madam Chair.
Honorable Lim.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask to recognize the Chairperson of the Committee on Education for the two resolutions authored by Honorable Bernardine E. Opis Mercado.
Recognizing Honorable Danny Red.
Madam Chair, with the indulgence of the body, I move for the adoption of the committee report number 2024-606, resolution congratulating and commending Zeon Arnold J. Lumagi, a grade 2 SSES student of Buena Vista Central School, for being champion in the Environmental Science Quiz B and 6th place in the Science Quiz B in the recently concluded National Science Quest on February 23 to 25, 2024 at Baguio City. Authored by Board Member Bernardine Opis Mercado. Whereas, Section 17, Article 2 of the 1987 Constitution provides that
Honorable Red, can we discuss the details of the resolution in the business for the day na lang po?
okay,
So
okay.
you can proceed po with another proposed resolution being endorsed by the committee.
Okay, Madam Chair. Thank you. Madam Chair, Madam Chair, I formally moves for the adoption of committee report number 2024-607, resolution congratulating and commending Saint Cyrus Dacer S. Guevara, a grade 6 student of Holy Child Jesus Parochial School, Buena Vista, Marinduque, for being third place in the spot painting category in the recently concluded National Science Quest on February 23, 25, 2024 at Baguio City. I so move, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Red. There is a pending motion from the reporting committee chair for the adoption of a committee report favorably endorsing the approval of proposed resolution number 606-2024 and proposed resolution number 607-2024, the title of which was read in the committee report rendered. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The committee report as rendered is now adopted.
Moving, Madam Chair, and accompanying resolution be transferred to the business of the day in today's session, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Red. And the two proposed resolutions will be considered in the business for the day. Thank you, Honorable Red.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
That closes our committee report. We now go to the calendar of business. Wouldn't have any unfinished business, and we now go to the business for the day. May this representation be recognized for the adoption of a resolution.
Proceed, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for adoption of a resolution entitled A Resolution Authorizing the Honorable Governor Presbyterio J. Velasco Jr. to apply for forest land use agreement for tourism or flag T purposes over the island and islets classified as timberland and or island and islets with a portion classified as timberland within the territorial jurisdiction of the province of Marinduque. I so move.
Any second? Duly seconded by Honorable Rehano, Honorable Lim, Honorable Red, Honorable Manggol, Honorable Mangkukang. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution authorizing the Honorable Governor Presbyterio J. Velasco Jr. to apply for forest land use agreement for tourism or flag T purposes over the island, islets classified as timberland and or the islands, islets with portions classified as timberland within the jurisdiction of the province of Marinduque as reiterated in the adopted committee report is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for adoption of a resolution entitled A Resolution Requesting the Congress through the able representation of the Honorable Congressman Lord Alan J. Quinto Velasco that all unclassified island and islands in the province of Marinduque be classified as such. Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the adoption of the said report.
Thank you, Honorable Leva. Just a query from the presiding officer. What will be the requested reclassification?
Timberland. As
So
timberland.
through representation that all unclassified islands and islets in the province be classified as timberland. As timberland. Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Encabo, Honorable Manggol. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The resolution requesting Congress through the able representation of Honorable Congressman Lord Alan J. Quinto Velasco that all unclassified islands, islets in the province of Marinduque be classified as timberland is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the Chairperson of the Committee on Tourism Development and Cultural Heritage for the adoption of various resolutions.
Honorable Mangkukang is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Floor Leader. The Committee on Tourism and the Cultural Heritage formally moves for the passage of a resolution approving the Marinduque Provincial Tourism Development Plan, year 2020 to 2030, Volume 2. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution approving the Marinduque Provincial Tourism Development Plan for 2020 to 2023, Volume 2 is now adopted.
Another resolution, Madam Chair. The committee formally moves for the passage of a resolution officially naming the Sinakulo as Dula ng Marinduque, to wit, A. Unang dula, ang Lumang Tipan, for the presentation during Holy Wednesday. B. Ikalawang dula, ang Bagong Tipan, for the presentation during Holy Thursday. C. Kalbaryuhan during Good Friday. And D. Pugutan during Black Saturday, and further amending for the purpose all programs, activities, and communications relative thereto. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution officially naming the Senakulo as Dula ng Marinduque. Can we mention the Senakulo as being presented? Kasi pag Senakulo, it can be used in different parts of the province. So is it in all parts of the province, or the Senakulo as originally being played in Boac during Holy Week? So kailangan lang na maging klaro yon doon sa resolution. So subject to style and requesting the assistance of our secretariat to manifest that intention. There is a request from our secretariat noting the sensitivity of this thing. They are requesting that the final draft, wherein they will help in preparing also, be prepared and be presented again in the next session, in the business for the day. So is there any motion to defer it and be considered in the business for the day instead in the next session?
Yes, Madam Chair. I move to postpone the approval of the passage of the resolution and
until next
session, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Leva. The deliberation and disposition, final disposition on this proposed resolution will be deferred until next session.
Madam Presiding Officer, may this representation be recognized?
Yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the adoption of a resolution amending SP Resolution number 07 Series of 2022 as amended by SP Resolution number 3654 Series of 2023, or the internal rules of procedure of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Marinduque by deleting Section 40 online session thereof. I so move, Madam Presiding Officer.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution amending SP Resolution number 07 Series of 2022 as amended by SP Resolution number 654 Series of 2023, or the internal rules of procedure of the 16th Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Marinduque by deleting Section 40 online session thereof is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the adoption of a resolution urging the Congress of the Philippines to amend the Local Government Code or Republic Act number 7160 in particular sections relative to the imposition of fines and penalties. I so move.
Any second? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none, but before that, recognizing Honorable Julius Caballes, as a while ago the presiding officer made a manifestation on his absence a while ago. Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution urging Congress to amend the Local Government Code of the Philippines or Republic Act number 7160 in particular sections relative to the imposition of fines and penalties is now approved.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the adoption of a resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance number 289 Series of 2024 of the Municipality of Buena Vista, Marinduque, entitled An Ordinance Amending Section 8 Appropriation of the Municipal Ordinance number 244 Series of 2021, entitled An Ordinance Providing for Burial Assistance to the Qualified Beneficiaries and or Family of the Deceased Senior Citizens and Persons with Disabilities duly registered in the Municipality of Buena Vista, Marinduque, and in providing annual appropriations necessary thereof as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 289 Series of 2024 of Buenavista is now declared valid and within the authority of the said Sanggunian to enact.
Madam Presiding Officer, may move for adoption of a resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 277 Series of 2024 of the Municipality of Santa Cruz, Marinduque, entitled An Ordinance Protecting and Conserving the Rivers and Creeks of the Municipality of Santa Cruz, Marinduque, imposing fines for violation thereof and appropriating funds thereof as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 277 Series of 2024 of the Municipality of Santa Cruz as valid and within the authority of the said LGU to enact is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, may move for adoption of a resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 2024-01 of the Municipality of Torrijos, Marinduque, entitled An Ordinance Institutionalizing the Municipio's Barangay Program in the Municipality of Torrijos, providing guidelines and appropriating the necessary funds therefore as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Municipal Ordinance, the resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 2024-01 of the Municipality of Torrijos as valid and within the authority of the said LGU to enact is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the adoption of a resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 2024-02 of the Municipality of Torrijos, Marinduque, entitled An Ordinance Creating the Persons with Disability Affairs Office in the Municipality of Torrijos, Marinduque, and for other purposes as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by the PPSK representative from Torrijos and Honorable Rejano. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 2024-02 of the Municipality of Torrijos as valid and within the authority of the said LGU to enact is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, may move for the adoption of a resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 2024-288 of the Municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque, entitled An Ordinance Providing Wage Increase for Job Order Personnel in the Municipal Government of Mogpog, Marinduque, and classifying this into two categories as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact.
Any second to the motion? Of course, seconded by Honorable Manggol. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 2024-288 of the Municipality of Mogpog as valid and within the authority of the said LGU to enact is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for the adoption of a resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 2024-289 of the Municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque, entitled An Ordinance Retitling the Positions of Municipal Assessor and Municipal Engineer to Municipal Government Department Head 1, Municipal Assessor, Salary Grade 24, and Municipal Department Head 1, Municipal Engineer, Salary Grade 24, and declaring automatic retitling of all existing filled-up department heads' position upon vacancy in the Municipality of Mogpog, Marinduque as valid and within the power of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact.
Any second? Duly seconded by Honorable Manggol. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Resolution declaring Municipal Ordinance Number 2024-289 of the Municipality of Mogpog as valid and within the authority of the said LGU to enact is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I move for adoption of a resolution returning Municipal Ordinance Number 210 Series of 2024 of the Municipality of Gasan and entitled An Ordinance Prescribing the Rules and Procedures on Administrative Disciplinary Cases filed against elective officials before the Sangguniang Bayan of Gasan, Marinduque, it being adopted not in accordance with the prescribed form. I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Office Mercado. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution returning Municipal Ordinance Number 210, Series of 2024 of the Municipality of Gasan for being adopted not in accordance with prescribed form is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask to recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Appropriation for the adoption of a resolution.
The Honorable Lim is recognized.
Madam Chair, my colleagues, with the indulgence of the body, Madam Chair, I move that we pass a resolution for supplemental appropriation in the amount of 100,000 pesos to cover the terminal leave benefits of Honorable Lauren R. Rosales, former ex-officio member of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. Madam Chair, I so move.
Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution providing supplemental appropriation of 100,000 pesos, 100,000 pesos to cover the terminal leave benefits of Honorable Lauren R. Rosales, former ex-officio member of the SP, is now adopted.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Lim.
Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask to recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Education.
Honorable Danny Red is recognized for the two resolutions. Yes, Honorable Lim.
I formally moves for the approval of resolution number 2024-606, resolution congratulating and commending Zeon Arnold J. Lumagi, a grade 2 ES student of Buena Vista Central School, for being champion in the Environmental Science Quiz B and 6th place in Science Quiz B in the recently concluded National Science Quest on February 25, 2024 at Bahagi City. Madam Chair, I so move.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Proposed resolutions number 606-2024, resolution of congratulation and commendation to Zion Arnaldo J. Lumagi is now adopted.
Again, Madam Chair, I move for the approval of resolution number 2024-607, resolution congratulating and commending Saint Cyrus Dacer S. Guevara, a grade 6 student of Holy Child Jesus Parochial School, Buena Vista, Marinduque, for being third place in the on-the-spot painting category in the recently concluded National Science Quest on February 23 to 25, 2024 at Baguio City. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second to the motion? Duly seconded by Honorable Bertinos Valencia. Any objection? And also Honorable Rihano. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The resolution number 607-2024, resolution congratulating and commending Saint Cyrus Dacer S. Guevara is now adopted.
Madam Presiding Officer, that closes our business for today. We don't have any assigned business. We don't have any proposed ordinance and resolution for third and final reading. Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask for a reconsideration? Because I was informed that the Governor of Occidental Mindoro will be coming in on Tuesday, for the signing of the Memorandum of Agreement. Can we ask for a reconsideration that the MOA referred to the Committee on NDRR, disaster risk reduction, be reconsidered?
Any objection to the request for reconsideration? Hearing none, the reconsideration is approved. We can proceed with the disposition on
Another, Madam Chair.
Yun muna, oh.
for
Can we...
another reconsideration to
Okay.
include in our agenda for today, the congratulatory resolution for the newly elected regional president of the Liga ng mga Barangay in Mimaropa. For winning. It is a pride of Marinduque. First time po na magkaroon ng, di pala, second time na dati si James, pero ngayon po ay sa administrasyon natin ay ang atin pong kasamang Bokal Boy Peralta ang
As the regional chair.
regional chair. So
Okay.
mapasama po ito, Madam Chair, sa atin po pong reconsideration. Thank you.
Thank you. Any objection to the... is that okay with the Committee on Rules? That's okay with the Committee
that's
on
okay.
Rules. Any objection? The chair hears none. The two proposed resolutions will now be considered in the business in the order of business.
So, Madam Presiding Officer, may I ask that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Disaster Risk Reduction and Climate Change Adaptation for the adoption of a resolution?
For the committee report,
A committee report, then adoption of a
it
resolution.
is referred to the committee of Honorable Caballes. And Honorable Caballes, what is
Item number 1.
what is the recommendation of the committee?
The presiding officer, this representation favorably. Ano pa rin?
Ha? Oh, ano muna yung report muna?
Report mo. This representation through this committee report favorably endorses the adoption of a resolution granting authority to the Honorable Governor Presbyter J. Velasco Jr. to sign and enter into a memorandum of understanding by and between the provincial government of Marinduque and the provincial government of Occidental Mindoro.
Okay, any objection to the committee report to be adopted, favorably endorsing the said authority? No objection. The motion is approved. The committee report as rendered is now adopted. And with that, what is the pleasure of Honorable Caballes?
I further move, Madam Presiding Officer,
We
that the-
can proceed directly
Ayun,
because we're already finished
approval po.
with the ano.
This representation on behalf of the Committee on Disaster Risk Reduction and Management moves for
And the second,
The second is the proposed ordinance, a proposed resolution to be introduced by Honorable Antonio Mangkukang III.
Honorable Mangkukang is recognized.
Nga.
We can go direct to
No.
the
Thank you.
approval of the resolution.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This representation formally moves for the passage of a resolution congratulating Honorable Carlos F. de Peralta, Board Member and Provincial Liga President, for winning the regional chair of the Liga ng mga Barangay in Mimaropa Region. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second to the motion?
Unanimous.
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The resolution congratulating Honorable Carlos de Peralta, Liga ng mga Barangay President in Marinduque as the newly elected Regional Chair of the Liga ng mga Barangay in the Mimaropa Region is now adopted. Congratulations, Honorable de Peralta.
Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay, nag-i-invite si Honorable de Peralta sa... no,
Sakat po daw, sakat po.
No. Okay. Yes, Honorable Encabo. There is a request, Honorable de Peralta, there is a request by a colleague for some words of wisdom from the newly elected regional chair of the Liga ng mga Barangay. It's okay na that you sit, Bokal. Okay lang na maupo ka para may microphone.
For the, ano ba yan, resolution? The president of Liga ng mga barangay, may Maroka. Matipid, matipid!
Less talk, less mistake, sabi nga ni Bukal.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Honorable De Peralta, and it is an honor for Marinduque to have you as the new elected chair. Okay. Any other announcement? Yes, Honorable Leva.
Madam Presiding Officer, there was a previous request from Honorable Dindil Mercado to invite the awardees. Likewise, Madam Presiding Officer, meron din pong resolution recommendation last session na in-author si Honorable Bertinos. We might as well invite those students from OMSA, SCI, and Gracia Plena.
Okay.
At saka po yung resolution ko kay Tintiman kay sa peso.
Okay, the only request of the presiding officer is as much as possible the secretariat guide us. Hanggat maari ay mga 15 lang ang guest natin para hindi masyado crowded and nabibigyan din sila ng ample time to have their moment. Okay, thank you. Kung kailangan na medyo late si na Ma'am Alma, anyway, they are with us, pwedeng sa next session.
Pwede po sa
next session para sama-sama po yung mga
po.
estudyante na lang. Okay, thank you, Honorable Leva, Honorable Office Mercado. Any other announcement? Any other announcement? If there is none, what is the pleasure of the gentleman from Torrijos? Maybe before we adjourn, this is our last session before the Holy Week. And we are just being reminded of the different official activities also in line with the Holy Week. Let us please attend the official activities. Mas maganda kung sama-sama po tayo. And let us be on time sa mga official activities na yun po. And as we conclude, the presiding officer wishes everyone a very meaningful observance of the Holy Week. Yes, Honorable Bertinus.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Since there are no more announcements, I move for the adjournment of this day session.
With that, the session is adjourned until 1 o'clock of April 5.